Hey viewers, L Supersonic Q back with another video. This video is the third episode to the in-depth series. Last time we took a look at my Zelda Majora's Mask set, and this episode we'll be looking at every single one of the Metroid clay figures that I've made up to this date, in which I'd like to entitle this episode Epic Metroid. We'll start from oldest to newest. We'll start off with the dinosaur of all my Metroid clay models, the very first Samus that I made. Yeah, this, like I said, very first. The detail is, extremely lacking. You can't really see it in the camera very well, or maybe on this one you can. I had really just etched the details in with a toothpick. The back, there's really nothing on it at all. Arm cannon is just really mediocre. Uh, Actually, if you can tell, this orange right here is darker than this orange, so there's a different variations of colors there. And I kind of screwed up like all these, the little uh, glowy things. Yeah, but that was a first, so you'll learn. Stand her up. Okay, I hope she stays there. She doesn't stand up at all, so that's yeah. All right, next second one is the gravity suit Samus. Much like the first one, there's really not much detail to it, and of what is there, it's just etched in with a toothpick. I guess the sculpt, actually, the sculpt is pretty similar, other than, I guess, these, how should I show this? See right there, the, little glowy things are, more set up. It's like, one on one side, one on the other side, instead of just randomly. Back, once again, nothing really to it. Arm cannon is actually, I'm gonna say this arm cannon is worse than that one, because, see, it's shorter and stuff. And actually, fun fact about this one has a base, like a little base here that helps it stand up, but I actually don't think that it originally had a base. I remember one day I was going through all my clay figures that couldn't stand, and I added bases to them, so I think this was one of them that I did that to. So that base is not from the original day that I made it. Alright, what's next? Uh, the Metroid Prime, or so as I call it, trophy statue clay model. This is Samus in her Phazon suit, as I said, from Metroid Prime. Sculpt is a little better, I guess. The arm cannon, it increases in likeness as these progress. Um, these there's actually really nothing really sculpted. Not sculpted, even etched in on here. There's just the one like little hole thing there. These little glowy things, that's what I keep calling them. Yeah, they're still there. I actually added a little, like, when Samus bends her leg, like, the little spike thing, that's there. Toothpick is holding her up, if you can kind of see, like, right there. And this has it's gonna be really hard to show, but, like, right there, the Metroid logo thing on it. So that's the Samus trophy thing. Here's another one that goes to this same one of a Metroid. I had a really hard time like with like the blue, because it's like see-through, so it's hard to make that. Of course, I guess I kind of like the sculpt on it, but of course it's not 100% perfect. Every single little dot detail it has on it. This one and that. I mean, these were all made a really long time ago anyway, so you increase your skills as you go on. So this was, I'm gonna guess, at least 3 to 5 years ago. I haven't made a Metroid recently, but if I had, I'm sure it could be a little better than this. This too has the Metroid logo on it and is being supported by many toothpicks. If you can kind of see like right there, all the different toothpicks. Yep. All right, next in line is Fusion Suit Samus. This Fusion Suit Samus is, I'd say, probably better sculpted than these three right here. But then again, it is the fusion suit, so is it potentially easier to sculpt than the Vari suit? Yeah, she has a little oxygen, I guess, oxygen tank thing here, going up to her helmet, which is pretty decently sculpted. I actually kind of like how that looks on this one. Arm cannon, you can't really see it from the camera right here. You can see little dots there, the detail on her arm cannon. Legs and feet are like right here. They're actually a darker color than the rest of her body, which is, really a recurring theme knowing me. I was trying to clay, so I have to substitute colors. All in all, a pretty good clay model. She stands up a little bit, but it's a bit shaky. Okay, next is this prototype, Poseable Samus. Yeah, I call it a prototype for multiple reasons. Well, one, it was supposed to actually pose like an action figure, like, see, like, up and down and stuff, but it never really did that. Um, it does it to a certain degree. I mean, it kind of stays there, actually, a little bit, but, you can see right here, it was like a ball and joint socket thing, and it was supposed to bend up and down, but, as I said, it never really did. It's like, you know, it just, it never stayed in, never will stay in. The legs, I had so many problems trying to get this to stand up. In fact, this leg, you can, you know, do that too, but the left one, or on my left right here, doesn't move at all. The only part on this that does work is the interchangeable head, which is kind of a challenge to get in there, but it gets in, and it has limited movability, or mobility. So yeah, prototype, never finalized, probably never will be. That's that. Alright, next is, oh, love this one so much. Metroid Prime Samus clay model. This is one, I must say, this is probably one of my favorite clay models I've ever sculpted, as a matter of fact. Just the detail on it is really, really, like, it's there, you can tell. Compared to this, like, the first one, I actually used black to put in all the lines. Arm cannon, I like the arm cannon. The little, as I refer to them, glowy things are actually, they're hard to see. But, I mean, like, they're there. The face, I like the, well, I guess the helmet. I did the helmet pretty well. I put the little, green little dot things in this line. I like it. I like it. Very nice model. I really don't know how I sculpted it this good. I mean, just, like, so much as sticking the limbs in so that, nothing smudges. Yeah, I like that. I like it a lot. Continuing on are models from the Chibi Brawl set. So Chibi Samus, yeah. This one's pretty like awesome just because it's like shortness and all. Um, there's not much detail to this one, but that's okay because it's the style. It's supposed to have lack of detail because chibi. Um, yeah, that's really all I can say about it, other than the fact that I kind of like the style, Varia suit. All right, now is Zero Suit from Brawl again, the Brawl set. The face looks like a little cartoony to me. If you like, the nose is kind of just in there with black. I guess she has her gun, the little red things on the back. That's Zero Suit Samus. All right. Next is a Ridley statue prototype. It was going to be a model like the Metroid and the Samus right there. But as I said, prototype never got finalized, probably never will. The face, I guess, all in all, is okay. Uh, the back is pretty much just a reproduction of the front. He's actually missing a finger, if you notice, right there. He's missing one, and right there, he's missing one. Just a brief history about these statue models. In addition to the three right here, I had also made a morph ball, like a morph ball Samus, and then a space pirate, both still from Metroid Prime. But I scrapped those. I made the prototypes, but then I completely scrapped them because I didn't like them or something. And sadly, I think I threw them out, which is kind of a shame because I kind of wish I had them now. So, would have consisted of a set of 5, but only consists of a set of 2. Alright, finally, to conclude this epic Metroid in-depth series video, is this really, really awesome Ridley from Super Metroid. Love this Ridley a lot. I totally love how it, like, looks. I mean, just, the face, I really like the face. The teeth are really nicely, put in there. The wings are very, very fragile, which, yeah, try to stiffen those up a little bit, but, it's, like, really thin, so that's why. The tail's a whole nother story. Like, all the little rings on it, 4 little spikes here. I tried to get this as close to the actual artwork that I could. Out of, I think out of every single clay model I've made, I think this really took me the longest. Normally I can make a clay model, between a couple to a few hours, but this really took me non-stop work all day. So that was pretty epic. All right, so there you have it. Those are all of the Metroid clay figures I have currently made to this date. You'd notice they're all practically Samus, and then like Ridley and Metroid. Those are like the 3 most known Metroid characters. Yeah, I'm planning on doing maybe a couple other different Metroid characters eventually. But as for right now, that's that. Those are all of them. Hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll have more up soon.